Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Plot Points. I'm your host, Joseph Fridley. I know it's been a while since I posted anything. I've been rather busy with work, some classes I'm taking, and then soon the birth of my son. So, but with the new Beauty and the Beast movie having just come out, which I strongly recommend you go see, I wanted to break down my plot point for Beauty and the Beast 2. Now, I'm going to throw out some ideas that will mainly trickle off of the original animated film. However, with the new live action one, I think that some of my ideas could also work with that as well. There will be some minor spoilers throughout my conversation as I'm going to talk and relate back to the new Beauty and the Beast film and also as well as the animated one. Luckily, their plots are very similar, though the live action one does expand on the actual story a lot more and gives a lot more depth to many of the characters, including Beast, and which I again think was a big, strong plus for the new film. Now, right off the bat, I think if they were to do a Beauty and the Beast 2, whether it was live action or animated, though with the success of the live action one, I think it should be focused on Gaston becoming a beast. I know you're thinking, well, Gaston died in the animated one, and he died in the new live action one. But there's wiggle room there. In the animated one, we see him fall into a gorge, which looks like water below. Yes, the imagery is that of him falling into a skull, and in reality, yeah, he probably died. However, it's a cartoon. You could easily, oh, he landed in the water and he washed up on shore somewhere, fine. But with the live action one, you see him fall and you hear an audible thud as he hits the ground. But then as the movie starts wrapping up, you see the castle rebuild itself, very similar to the original. And there's no other discussion about Gaston or his mangled corpse, which I'm guessing fell to the bottom of the castle. At the same time, though, in that film, when the magic starts reversing everything that happened to the castle and the curse is removed, you see the beast come back to life. And I think the same principles could apply to Gaston. And in that regard, you could open up with Gaston, coming back to life, except the curse goes into him, turning him into this beast that wanders the land. And so you see him a similar character trait. Luke Evans, I think, would do a great job in this role, and he does a great job in the Beauty and the Beast film. But you could even write some new songs and maybe put some spin on some old songs. But as he's wandering, you see that Brutus' nature change, and you start learning that he has to change if he wants to free himself from the beast. And here's where I think it would get interesting. The enchantress that turns him into this beast would then make contact with him and use him as a bodyguard for whatever reason or as companion. And through their time together, very similar to the Beast and Belle, you'll see Gaston's character start to change, learn why he is the way he is. You can even play off his attitude and how he grew up, his time in the war, which is mentioned in the film a couple of times. And from there, you see him learn what it means to care, very similar. Now, you are repeating certain themes that were in the original Beauty and the Beast, and so I get, well, why would you do that? And I think the main focus here is just to tell a story from a different perspective, where the characters are slightly different. Yes, Gaston's the beast. He was the monster before, so seeing him change is going to be a lot more of a different story. His motivations are going to be different. And I think having the Enchantress as the love interest would also be a spin on that story. But I think overall what would maybe differentiate this film from any other is instead of have it be a simple, girl falls for bad boy changes himself for girl, or reveals his inner good guy for girl, or whatever you want to call it, you have it go from being this similar Beauty and the Beast story to becoming much more of an action-adventure story with the romantic plot elements mixed in. What I mean here is the Enchantress uses Gaston as the beast, as her protector. They start to fall in love, but part of this as well is because she needs protection from some other danger, which could be other magical wielders, other enchantresses, or evil wizards or witches or something, and that's why she needs his help. and she's trying to get from point A to point B, or she's just trying to keep herself alive. But by the time that film wraps up, the ending is Gaston being restored to his former self, and then I think him and Enchantress visiting Belle and Prince Adam, and then from there, them, well, Gaston apologizing for his actions. And that's truly, it's his journey coming to a full circle. It's not just him learning to be better, but also realizing where he went wrong, coming back to the people that he harmed, and then asking for forgiveness. And of course, Prince Adam and Belle would forgive him and invite them in, and there'd be a whole song and dance number, be our guest, whatever. But I think that would tell a very different yet unique story while also playing off the themes of the original. So that's my idea for Beauty and the Beast 2. Again, I strongly recommend you go out and see the new live-action Beauty and the Beast. I really enjoyed it. I did not think I would. The look of the Beast, I was a little hung up on at first because he looked very flat. But I realized I did that to give him more human characteristics. Overall, the acting superb. Music was awesome. They really fill those gaps in from the animated film, which, let's face it, the gaps were there because it's a short animated film. You can only put so much story when you're hand drawing every cell. However, that was still a great film, and this expands on what was there, and that's one thing I love about it. Add some new songs, play off the designs of the characters, just excellent. Strongly recommend you go see it and have a fun time. Alright, that's it for me. See you later.